This is the MSI GE65 Raider. The GE is the top model of the more traditional form factor notebooks that MSI do. It's not big and beefy like the GT, and it's not super thin like the GS. It's a middle ground between the two, and this means that it's got the best of both worlds. It's slim enough to be very portable, but also thick enough to offer great cooling, meaning they can use higher end components. So at this price point you can expect a decent level of build quality. The top panel is metal, and the red dragon from previous models has gone. It's been replaced with a glossy MSI logo that lights up white, and the coolest name bit is the red dragon spine. The keyboard top deck is all metal and it feels solid. MSI is still using a SteelSeries keyboard for this one, and the RGB effect on it is mint. It's perky RGB, and you can manually set certain colours for certain keys. Like if you're gaming on a first person shooter, you can do this, or if you like discos, you can do this. Key colour can be cycled on the fly, or you can use the SteelSeries software. The trackpad's nice. I like the gesture controls, they feel accurate. It's got separate buttons for the left and right click, and I prefer that compared to the all-in-one touchpads. So the bottom panel, MSI call this Dragon Armour, another cool name. The vents are large, and it should really improve the thermal performance. It's also got chunky rubber feet on the bottom to increase the space under the bottom when in use. The ports on this laptop are mostly on the left. You have network, HDMI, DisplayPort, USB 3.2 Gen 2, USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-C, a headphone and a microphone. On the right you have two USB 3.2 Gen 1, an SD card reader, and the power connector. The USB ports light up so you can easily find them in the dark. The screen is very nice. It's 15.6 inch, 144Hz with a 3 millisecond response time. It's 98% sRGB colour gamut, and with it being 144Hz refresh, you can really show off the graphics card performance. All laptops these days with a powerful GPU should have a fast refresh screen. If you're capped with a 60Hz screen, there's not much point in having a GPU like the RTX 2060 that's capable of playing games upwards of 100 frames per second, because you just can't see them. On idle the fan noise is quiet, and sometimes they don't need to run at all. Under load they crank up a bit, and they are fairly loud, but no louder than any other laptop of a similar spec that I've heard. One feature that I wish more laptops had is the cooler boost button. You press it and it cranks the fans up to full speed, and that's very useful when gaming or if you're doing anything that's intensive like video rendering. So let's have a look inside. It's Phillips screws on the bottom, but the clips around the edges are really tight, and I think people might struggle to get it apart without damaging the finish on the edges. This model has the 6-core i7-9750H, 32GB of DDR4 RAM, NVIDIA RTX 2060 6GB, and for storage it's got one 256GB solid state NVMe M.2 drive and one 2.5 inch 1TB SATA drive, and it's got room for another M.2 at a later date. The 4 speakers at the front corners sound really good for laptop speakers. They go loud and they have a lot more bass than usual. The thermals on this laptop are good. It's got 7 heat pipes, 4 for the GPU and 3 for the CPU, dual 3cm fans and 3 air vents, 2 at the rear and 1 at the side, so it sucks in those big vents on the bottom and blows it out the back and the side, and that's really efficient. The battery is 51 watt-hour, and I managed to get about an hour out of it gaming and 2.5 hours doing normal office work. The LAN adapter is Killer E2600 and the wireless is Killer 1650. It also has Bluetooth. So to sum it up, I think this is a nice, well-built laptop, and it's the kind of laptop I would probably go for myself. Either this or one of the slimmer GS models. The only thing that lets this one down for me is the battery life, but you can't have everything. So I hope you liked this video. Thumbs up if you liked it, subs if you loved it. I'm DTecSteve. Ta-ta!